Hey guys, welcome back. I've got this Craftsman lawn tractor in the shop here. It is a LTX 1000. Symptoms with this machine is it cranks over but will not start. It does have a lot of fuel in it. The fuel filter does have fuel as well. So I'll just show you what it's actually doing, which is just basically spinning over and not starting. So the first thing I do when this happens is I take the air filter off. What I'm doing here is accessing the carburetor because I will be spraying some quick start in there. This will help me determine if it's actually a fuel issue that's going on or if it is a no spark issue. Okay, I put the parking brake on so that I can spin it over without sitting on it. And I'll spray the quick start right through here. So if this repair was this easy, I'll be very surprised, but I will try it now without spraying quick start. Okay, well, I'm surprised that it kept going because when machines have been sitting this long, I do have to do a lot more than this. However, before the machine leaves the shop, what I will do is take the solenoid off to see how clean it is, and also the carburetor bowl. It's good to do a check even if it runs, if you're going to send it out to a customer, because there could be dirt inside the carburetor that will dislodge with the vibration. So to do this, I will just get this little zip tie off, disconnect this wire, and go in with my thin wrench. And to get in between the carb here and the solenoid, I've grounded down a 1/2 inch wrench really thin so that it fits. And before going further, I'll just squeeze the fuel line here with these pliers just so that the fuel doesn't leak out. So there'll be a bit of fuel come out that's in the fuel line and the carburetor. Now the gas does look old, the carburetor is not that bad, and what I look for is to make sure that this here moves freely. If this is stuck in the up position, your machine will never start, because what this does is when it's up, it stops the flow of fuel to your engine. That's why a lot of the time when machines have been sitting like this here is seized and you'll never be able to start the machine. So what I decided to do here is I will drain out all the old fuel from this machine first. Alright, there was quite a bit of gas left. Look at the color of this fuel. So I'll get rid of this properly. Now what I'll do is replace the fuel filter. This, by the way, is not the proper filter for the gravity-fed carburetors or engines. The filter with the cardboard insert is mostly for engines with fuel pumps. So this small red filter here is the proper filter for the gravity-fed engines. I'll just make sure the clamps are back on. And let's have a close look at the solenoid again. It's not seized, which is good. What I'll do here with the bowl is just clean it. It's actually pretty clean. And don't spray the carb cleaner on the bowl O-ring, guys, because it will make it expand and you may have to replace it. So that's nice and clean, ready to go back on. Now the solenoid here, as I mentioned earlier, it is not seized, which is good. If it was seized in the upright position, you'd have an issue. But sometimes you can clean it and get it dislodged using carb cleaner. Now before I put this back on, I'm just going to test it with the key. So I'll turn the key on. And to make sure that this solenoid's good, I do have to ground it. And that's what you want. You want it to go down. And I've got it plugged. This solenoid only has a positive wire going to it, so it must be grounded to work. So always make sure that works. Sometimes what people do, if the solenoid doesn't work anymore, is they just snip the shaft right here, so then you don't have this small part here plugging up your emulsion tube in the carburetor. The reason for the solenoid is so that when you turn the machine off, you don't get a backfire. It completely stops the fuel from going into the engine. And I can see the rest of the carb is fairly clean here, so I will not be spraying carb cleaner. Here's the small bowl O-ring I was talking about. You don't want to spray carb cleaner on that. So I'm just going to put the bowl back on. And always make sure you still have the gasket here between the solenoid and the carburetor. Okay, I've got it gassed up with fresh fuel, new fuel filter, spark plug, carburetor's back all together. Let's try it again. So I must say I got off easy on this one, but the reason I wanted to put the video out is to show you sometimes all you got to do is put gas or quick start through the carburetor, and once you get the fuel moving that's been left in the carburetor for, you know, the whole winter or a few years, sometimes you'll get lucky and it'll be fine. If you did what I did today and you still have issues, then you would want to take the carburetor off and clean it completely inside and out. And again, make sure that little solenoid is working properly and that it is not seized. So just remember, when you go to start your machine, what you need is spark, fuel, and compression. If you have those things, your engine will run properly. Hopefully this video has helped you. If it has, please like it and share it with your friends, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day.